Hello again, viewers. Thanks for joining me. Once again, just a quick update and just a wee update on the Tenerife and Spain holidays. As you know, in the past couple of days, things have changed. It's not the best news, unfortunately, just the way it goes. So, a few people have asked me in the comments for my advice on certain things, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just a wee guy doing walks on YouTube. So, for official government advice, I'll leave links below to everything you require if you're travelling to Spain or the Canary Islands in the next few days. So, as you know, things have changed. I'm going to recommend another guy if anybody's got any questions about the new variant, etc. Again, I'm not a medical expert. There's somebody I do follow on YouTube who's really good, unbiased information. He just does scientific case studies and documentations, and he's got a very good presentation style. It's called Dr. John Campbell. He's got some thoughts on the recent developments and how it might pan out. These will change, but so I think there's going to be a review in 2 to 3 weeks' time. They're going to work out obviously how things have been affected regarding serious illness, etc. So things might get better, they might improve, but in the meantime, I do realise there's some bad news, especially for families. If you've got teenagers, obviously Spain are changing the vaccination requirements. So when you enter the country, I think from the 1st of December, everybody's got to be fully vaccinated. So previously you could provide negative tests, etc. to get in. That's going to change for the short term at least anyway. So if you're unvaccinated, or if you're say a teenager, maybe 13, 14, and you've just had your first jag, obviously you've not had time to get fully vaccinated, and that's nobody's fault. You're just waiting on the process. But unfortunately, that's going to affect your holidays going forward. So if you're booked to go in December and you've got children, obviously over 12, who are going, then you're going to have to check with your insurance company or your flight provider or package holiday company and just see what the situation is. There may be a way of doing it. If you're just coming up for your second vaccination jag, you might still get in obviously within 2 weeks if you're fully vaccinated. But I don't want to give you any advice on that. You have to check that with yourself. But I'm really feel sorry for all the families who have booked up for Christmas and New Year, because there's no doubting there's going to be a lot of people who have got children who there's no way of really getting around this problem if it stays the same. Let me know in the comments if you think it's any different than that. From what I can read from the requirements, it's only fully vaccinated people they're going to be letting in from the 1st of December. Now, the PCR tests and the lateral flow tests have now changed as well. So you'll see previously I've done a wee video and I showed you some companies who are doing the lateral flow tests from £12, £15. You can get them cheaper if you actually go and pick them up places, but if you want them posted out to your house, they were the cheapest and I've used them, no problem at all. Now changing to PCR tests. Now the difference with this is, first of all, it's obviously going to be more money. PCR tests I got done just over a month ago coming back, and I got it for £28. Now I know companies like Randox with codes are roughly about £40, so hopefully the price will come down a wee bit. I'll post a link below. It's a company I use. They were on the UK government recommended list. I don't think they're on it anymore, but I used them without any problems. I can't recommend them. Use at your own risk. There is other companies out there around about the same price as well. But basically, as long as the number is accepted on the UK locator form and it meets the specific requirements of the test, as far as I know, you'll be fine. But again, remember, I'm just a wee guy on YouTube doing walks, so check the official government advice. I'll leave a link there. The main difference with the PCR test is you have to self-isolate now until you get the result. So this is quite important if you're thinking of booking a holiday. So let's say maybe a couple going, you don't have any issues, you're fully vaccinated, you're going to get into Spain, etc. At the moment, things might change. Probably what you might to think of doing is, if you work a Monday to Friday job, is try and book the holiday to come back maybe on a Thursday or a Friday. So it basically means you can isolate maybe over the weekend possibly, not take any time off work. You'll get your results back maybe the Saturday or the Sunday. Hopefully everything's okay, and then you can just head out as normal. But obviously if you test positive, as it would be really with any other test, with the lateral flow, if you test positive, you have to get PCR to confirm. But at one point you have to self-isolate, obviously, if you get COVID. So that doesn't really change much, to be honest with you. The main difference is if you have to self-isolate until you get the test result. So in theory, if you do follow that, then that could be a problem for people who can't get extra days off work. So just bear that in mind if you're thinking of booking a holiday. in the near future. So not the best news today, I understand that, and I feel sorry for all the businesses as well in Spain and Tenerife, because there's obviously more requirements to get in and out of the country, and that's going to put people off going. Now, the good news is, if you're maybe possibly a couple, you're fully vaccinated, you're quite willing to self-isolate for 2 or 3 days till you get your test back, then it shouldn't really affect your holiday, providing everything stays the same, which it might not be. Let's see. The only thing to be careful is, make sure you're consistently checking your emails and your texts, because what might happen, I think, is tour operators and flight operators might start consolidating flights. So there's going to be a lot of cancellations, unfortunately, especially from families who can't travel. So a lot of these flights at Christmas, New Year are almost fully booked. You might find the numbers on the flights come way down. So you might at one point be asked by Ryanair, Jet2, TUI to maybe change your flight one day either way. And I know a lot of people can't do that. You're not flexible with dates at Christmas time. This might not happen. They might operate it as normal. I'm just kind of giving you a heads up and the way I see possibly things going. From experience, the tour operators and the flight companies will try their best and consolidate flights. That's where you would have seen a couple of months ago with some flights flying out of Glasgow and picking people up in Edinburgh, and flying out of Manchester and picking people up in Leeds, etc. So they're just trying to save money and keep the flights running, which I understand. The option is obviously to cancel the flight or consolidate and keep the flights running. So it's catch-22 situation. So it's not the best news, unfortunately. Everybody at one point might be affected, might not be. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll get a wee bit more positive news and this won't go the kind of way we're hoping it doesn't go. So, fingers crossed. Just wanted to say hello to a couple of viewers. I was in Edinburgh yesterday. It was great to meet you, Gail. Pleasure meeting you. So nice walking down Rose Street. I met a viewer in Edinburgh and I was taking a wee video for another channel. So, great to meet you. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. I didn't keep you too late. So that was great. And a wee update on the iPhone 13. Thanks so much for all the tips I've had in this and how to get around the problem of not flipping the camera. It seems to be there's just not 100% ideal solution. So I think probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably give this to my daughter. She likes iPhones and she was looking at upgrading anyway, so she's going to probably take this. She does a lot of pictures online, etc. She does a wee clothes store online on a site called Depop. You can let me know if you've heard of it. So check out Nick's store on Depop. You might see some vintage clothes that you quite like there. So I'm probably going to give her this phone and I'm going to get a Samsung because I like Samsungs. Anybody get a S21 can give me any feedback. Would you recommend it? As long as it flips the camera, the most important thing for me, because when I'm doing videos, maybe doing a walk in Tenerife, I'll do the walk and then almost instantly after the walk, I'll upload it to YouTube sometimes. So during the walk, I might flip it to go on camera and maybe say a couple of things. With this iPhone, you can't do that. You have to download a third-party app and then you can do it through there, but then it starts getting a bit fiddly. You have to upload it in different ways, etc., and send it to yourself. So iPhone's probably getting binned. Go back to Samsung, I think. So just a wee update, guys. Not the best news. Sorry about that. But stay positive. If you're on the flight and you're fully vaccinated and you're willing to pay for the PCR test when you come back and isolate for a couple of days, it's not going to make too much of a difference. The difference in cost between the lateral flow and the PCRs might only be about £15. Now, I appreciate if there's 4 or 5 of you going in a family, that can get expensive. But hopefully, it's not too bad and you'll still get out, maybe to Spain or Tenerife for your Christmas holidays. We'll have to just wait and see how things go. But this wee review coming up, we'll get some more information, we'll wait and see. So I just thought I'd do a quick video today. Just be careful, check all the requirements before you're travelling. Things are changing on a daily basis. And let me know if you find any cheaper PCR tests than what I've seen. I think the cheapest one I've seen is £25. I'll post a link below the video to the company I use and also the UK's recommended approved list. So all the best, guys. We'll see you soon.